next is a little something that you might find interesting. So these are Failed Mascots from the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis What Nintendo era. And these games were attempts to capitalize on the whole mascot thing and really make some money. Establish, just fully establish. So let's see, where do we begin? Most of these were not established, but a couple were. In fact, not all of these are bad games. Some of them are good games. We might have to do a two-parter for this, but I'll show you the games, and you tell me what you think. Okay, thank you for making this pack awesome, Ace Z. Thank you for this. Let's begin. Adventures of Kid Kleets. I told you, cleat is a type of sports boot that you use to get traction when you're running on grass and dirt. So that's a cleat, and this is Kid Kleet, and this is a Super Nintendo game. Just give me a moment here. Okay, again, gotta plug my controller in. Again, many of these games are early 90s. Like, I think there might all be games from the early 90s in this pack. I don't think there's a single one from later than that, but we'll see. Alright, so this is Kid Kleets. Yeah, 1994, okay. Alright. So I've never played this, I've never even seen this, I didn't know this existed. Alright, so that's the princess, and that was Bowser's ship. And Mario, aka Kid Kleet, has to go and save the princess, aka the trophy. All the elements are in place. Get like a wacky villain type thing. It's split. Well, that's cool. There's no villain. The villain's dead already. The World Cup has been smashed and shattered and scattered. Both. Alright, well, we'll go to England then. London, East End. Isn't there a show called The EastEnders? Oh, alright, so I'm already nauseous because the camera is one of these cameras. Jesus. Oof. Oh, no, no, no. Also, I wonder if Kid Kleet can go to America and no one respects him because soccer is not very well known or respected here. And he'll be like, I play football. They're like, no you don't, kid. You play soccer. Oi, get the fuck out my fucking sewer, mate! That's my fucking property, that's my right! Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Kid Kleet. Soccer kid. Wait. This is England. They don't use the word soccer isn't in the dictionary in London. It's not even in the dictionary. Okay, so let me get down to brass tacks. This game is not fun. It's confusing, and when you lose your ball, you have to go back and get it, otherwise you no longer have an attack. This is one of those El Cheapo games that were just like, it was just thrown together, like generic Super Nintendo title. Kid Kleet is not compelling. Janky as fuck. really, like, everything is too fast. So, let's just say I'm not surprised this mascot didn't take off. I'm collecting hot dogs and bricks. That's something else. Kid Kleet. And ice cream. Hot dogs, bricks, and ice cream. The finest England has to offer. Oh, Berg? Ah. Alright. Yeah, well, I think we've seen enough Kid Kleet. There's so many more mascots to get to. It's not worth spending this much time on one. You'll have to go on the underground. Sadly, Kid Kleet will never get the trophy. You will be missed, Kid Kleet. Aero the Acro-Bat. Now, this is actually a good game, if I'm not mistaken. This is pretty good. Not all of these are going to be terrible. I remember seeing this mascot, and, like, again, growing up, I just had gaming magazines, so I didn't have this game. Iguana. They went on to make Turok. I like the clown music, though. Yeah, that's good stuff. The good clown music you got? Alright. Alright, so there's, Aero is a bat, but an acro-bat. So where do you start? Of course, a circus. You're an acro-bat. Huh. Okay, already this game's camera doesn't hurt my face as much as the previous one, so that's good. I might have seen this at Blockbuster Video. Okay, you've got some moves here. Wow, look at that clown. That's a scummy clown! That clown's got a 5 o'clock shadow. Okay, no, controls aren't that good. It's more scummy clowns. Really stiff. It's still, like, it's weird because you go from one extreme to the other. Previous game, Kleet game was very loose. This is very stiff. But yeah, apparently, according to chat, Aero the Acro-Bat survived more than one game. And people are saying it was actually pretty good, the second game. The audience looks creepy. Yeah, get in there on that audience. Wow, this is like clown music remix. Fucking hell, I love it. Yeah, those are pretty... Well, look at the one on the top right. Lost Soul. It's an audience of skulls. It's like an undead audience watching a circus of fools. And like really small, like metal clown men. Yeah, this is weird. I don't know, man. I can see maybe the second one being better, sure, but this is not... This one is kind of assified. I gotta be honest. I see why this didn't really hit with the kids, as they say. But I did see it at Blockbuster. I did read about Aero the Acro-Bat in, gaming magazines and such. Ardy Lightfoot. This also sounds very familiar. I don't know why I know this name. Also, some of these games will have been games I played already at some point in the past couple years. So, I'll be sure to check them out. Titus. Uh-oh. Okay, Ardy Lightfoot. Ardy team? Again, when you have such limited screen real estate, you don't want your mascot to be too big. You don't want your character to take up too much screen, because it's hard to see what's happening. Like, you know, look, we're right dead center of the screen. So, I mean, the deadly sins of the platformer are already upon us. The mascot here is not too big. A little bit bigger than Super Mayro from World. But, yeah, the camera is dead center. Which isn't always great. Though I'd prefer dead center mascot to whiplash camera of the first game of Kid Kleet. So this certainly could be worse. Oh. Hey, the music is pretty good though. It's very low. The last game was super loud. This one's very low. Oh, you throw like a little thing. This music kind of sounds like Castlevania 4 music, or like Lagoon. Pretty good. Decent sprite work. This isn't that bad so far. No. Again, just a couple sins early on, but so far it looks decent. It sounds decent. Wizard. It's got like a fantasy thing going on here. The old man read the writing on the slate. Long ago, great power created a rainbow. Many bad things happened, and great power was lost, and then the power was divided into 7 pieces. Always. The 7 pieces meet again. Any wish will come true. Yeah, I'm good. The old man could read no more, for he had had a stroke. It's up to Kid Kleet to save those and the ones he loves. Oh wait, this isn't Kid Kleet. This is Arbor Day. Ardy Lightfoot. Vinny, this game is $100 on eBay. Huh. Well, you have to wonder how many of these they made. $100 doesn't necessarily mean quality, but again, this game is pretty okay. Best of the 3 I've played so far, easily. Controls are a little better than the rest, too. It's still no Mayro or Sonic, but it definitely... it works. Where did my lad go? Tail bounce. Yeah, he dead. He back. Kind of like Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, this is alright. I would have played this. If I had this as a kid, if I rented it, I probably would have been fine with it for a little while. God knows I rented some trash purely based on the box. Both the art and the back. My go-to as a kid was, does it have dinosaurs or swords? If the answer is yes, I will rent the game. Sometimes robots with guns, because Metroid. Or dino swords, that's correct, yeah. So chat, was Ardy Lightfoot ever brought back, or was it just this one game? Just this one. Vinny, no wonder you like Chrono Trigger. Yes! Why do you think that's my favorite game of all time? But what is this? I don't like this. Ah. Alright, well that was Ardy Lightfoot. Awesome Possum. This is a Genesis game, the first of the evening. And apparently... Apparently this one's real bad. Real bad. Tengen made it. Vinny, you've played this before? I don't even... I'll let you know if I remember it.
You're not so awesome.
Oof. Oh, fuck. Once again, collecting trash. Oh, it's a possum. I get it. Vinny, you've corrupted this? You mean this isn't corrupted?
Now I can really jump.
Oh, this is hard to look at.
What a ball.
It actually makes so much more sense. Oh god, this is very Sanic. But way worse. It makes a lot more sense for a possum to collect trash than it does for some kid playing soccer.
Cool.
Wow, the attitude. They I tried to do the Sonic thing times 10.
I'm so cool.
I'm so cool, he said. If you have to say how cool you are, then you're not an awesome possum at all. You're a fucking trash panda. Oh, please. The frame rates are really bugging me out right now. It's so jittery. Also, the background is just, like, vomit. Like, no attention was put into the background at all. It's just there. I'm so cool! Uh-oh, almost dead! Oh, fucking hell, I can't even choose where I want to jump half the time. Good.
Stop polluting. Now
What?
I'm really bad.
What? Oh god, no! No, stop! Too fast!
No! No!
Oh.
I'm a loathsome cunt. I'm back.
Are there any other moves? Like, you got jump, and jump, and jump.
Amazing.
Vinny, did you miss his death animation? I did. He turned into a robot? He turned into bones? Oh. Vinny, please kill him repeatedly, with pleasure.
Boy. I'm so hyper.
I'm so hyper. Should get that looked at, dude.
Ow! 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 My tail! Ow!
Oh my god, yeah, he does just turn into a pile of bones. Never give up. Never surrender. Never give up. Never surrender. Yeah, the toot on this game is next level. Yeah, we don't see a lot of new mascots these days. You get a couple every now and then. I mean, we got some new ones. Ukulele, which not too many people are happy about.
That was incredible.
The characters had potential. I'll say that. But then there's Hat Kid, Hat in Time, very good, very good. What else? What else have we had that's like the past couple years? Cuphead. Splatoon? Well, I wouldn't call Splatoon a mascot. I mean, like, one specific character, like a Mario or a Sonic. Splatoon isn't... I mean, yeah, Squid Kids kind of fit that, but let me just, for the sake of argument, discount them for a moment. And just say, like, Cuphead works. Springman? Lucky's Tale. Oh, Super Lucky, that's true. I want you to know, chat, I'm not even looking at the game anymore. I'm just holding the buttons, and things are happening in spite of me. If I've made any progress the past minute and a half, it's because I was just holding forward. Oh, God, he became roadkill. He became bloody roadkill. Fucking hell. Kramer! Kramer, you gotta check out my game! It's called B.O.B! Kramer! Kramer! B.O.B! Kinda like the music. I don't know if there's something wrong with me. Well, obviously, I've got several dozen things wrong with me, but hey, we're not talking about those just yet. This is a different kind of thing. Kramer! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Have I played this game? Oh my god. This is hitting me really hard right now. I don't think I've ever streamed it, but I think I rented it when I was like 12? No, less. It must have been like 8. The music is what gave it away, not even the fucking game. It's the... Yep, I definitely rented this. So I'm an ant. Pretty cool game so far. Very Lost Vikings in the way the level design is approached. But other than that, it's all Metroid and Mega Man. Again, the character is dead center in the screen, which, and the sprite's kind of big. So, before, like, you're pretty much right up the enemy's gunt by the time you get to see them and fire at them. Fuck. It's not that bad. Yo, can do. What a catchphrase. It's better than Awesome Possum, at least. I'm cool! I'm awesome! I'm hyper! Get a load of this place. This makes me just want to play Super Metroid. Just remember the music more than I remember the game. It's so weird. Speaking of Lost Vikings, that was a rental. Probably rented the first one like twice, 3 times. Rented the second one once. And never finished either of them. Good games, though. But, you know, soft, malformed brain could not figure those games out. Oh shit. It's Alien. Nice, got a little Alien parody in there. Good stuff. This is my favorite game so far that I've played, in terms of mascots. It's got some problems still, but I like it. Look at that. That's awesome. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, the mascot is fine. It's a robot bug. Doesn't speak, which is great, but the game itself is pretty good. So you've got a decent mascot, you've got a pretty cool sci-fi game propping it up, but yet we've never seen Bob ever again after this. Hang on a second. B.O.B. Bob. Game. Just want to check something out. Known in Japan as Space Funky Bob. Came out June 1993. Developed by Grey Matter. Published by EA. September 12th, the source code of the SNES version became available as it was found on an eBay-bought hard drive. Weird. Cool. Okay. Well, yeah, this was a pretty decent enough mascot. Boogerman. I don't think I ever played Boogerman, but Boogerman was in Clay Fighter, and I'm very aware of this character. We have, didn't we have a recent Boogerman incursion? I don't know if I played this exact one. But yeah, the animations are pretty good. It's all about boogies and farts. Wasn't there, a big thing with Boogerman? I don't know. Dimension excrement. Eccentric millionaire snotty. Ragsdale. Yeah, it's a gross out game. Vinny, you played this. I might have. Have I played this exact version, though? Because I don't remember. The life meter is amazing. Vinny, please skip. I will throw up. Nah, dude. You're gonna have to watch this. Who knows, maybe one day boogers won't gross you out as much. Maybe if you watch this, you'll become strong to boogers. Booger! Oh, that's not the life bar, that's booger power.
Booger! Booger!
Very difficult to control.
Red!
Great animations, but yeah, just a little stiff on the gameplay department. But I would have probably played this as a kid and found enjoyment. I would have been able to enjoy this for what it was. But yeah, it's boogers. The character did kind of have a little bit of a life outside this game from what I remember, but it wasn't anything special. It was just a booger guy. It's just like a Jay Leno chin boogeyman.
Booger! 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 Booger!
God. Did you only say one thing? At least Awesome Possum had several things. This is only one thing. Wow! Oh boy! Nose warps. Okay. Oh, okay. I have belching power as well. I see. Okay. And farts. Okay, if I hold down... Hang on, watch. There we go, fart.
Booger! Booger!
You know, all the bases are covered. All of the ways someone could expel things except vomiting, as far as I'm aware. Oh, you can hold down the burp button? Hang on. I did not rent this game. I remember seeing it, but I just specifically was like, I don't want to play Boogie game. What kind of lore could we expect from Boogerman? Well, you know what kind of lore. Birthed from a fucking orifice, Boogerman set out to retrieve the slime. I mean, we had some lore in the beginning, but I don't trust any of that lore. This is a dude who wants to get his boogies back. Didn't Ren and Stimpy have an episode where Stimpy had like a booger that was sentient? Or was that a fart? It was a fart. It was a sentient fart. It's like that. Like, one day Boogerman gave birth to a fart. Or a booger. Or a belch. Whatever, you name it, it could be any of that. Alright, we've seen enough of this game. I actually can't get past this part anyway, because I have not... I'm bad. But also, game is very, easy to die in. Here's one that we all know. Love, different story. But no, yes, we know. We know, Bubsy. So, Bubsy had a bit of a life outside of this game. Aside... Oh. God. Aside from becoming a meme... I know I've corrupted this game. I did not play it as a kid. We recently got a Bubsy. So Bubsy's, like, you know, kind of back. Wasn't that Bubsy game that came out, like, last year kind of shit? Vinny, he's getting another game soon? Vinny, it wasn't kinda shit, it was complete shit. Oh! Well, this one was decent. Still not the best controlling platformer. Sluggish and weird, but not too bad compared to some of the other ones. And, it's bright and colorful, and Bubsy as a mascot is kind of appealing. Nice. Right? I mean, it's not boogers, it's a cat with a shirt. Could be worse. But then when you get to Bubsy on PS1, it's just like abandoned ship. Abandon hope, all ye who enter. Do not return to sender. Bubsy PS1 is the most putrid piece of garbage video game. And whatever chances this mascot had at a future career... Whoa.
What could possibly go wrong?
Wait, you died from that? Oh, there's fall damage? Imagine fall damage in a 2D platformer. What's happening?
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh my god. A lot of these mascots have to have very distinct, colorful, detailed death animations. I don't know why. It's just it's a thing that happens. Earthworm Jim had some good ones. So you only take, unless you have a sweater, you can only take one hit. Oh my god, my brain. Wow, mode 7. Super cool. I would have seen that as a kid. I would have been like, whoa! Slipped on banana. Yeah, this game's a clusterfuck. Vinny, that's not even mode 7. Fair enough. My bad then. There's just like a screen flip. Oh boy, you stop it. Don't you dare tell me another goddamn thing. I don't want to know anything more about you, Bubsy. Animation. Oh, it's funny. Again, it's Bubsy. It's Bubsy. You know what Bubsy is. Wow. Okay. This is called Decap Attack. Chuck, Max Decap has emerged from the underworld to invade our world. Yo, this is excellent! I like these characters. They're delightfully devilish. The music is awesome! Decap Attack. Starring Chuck D. Head. Crack D. Head. Alright, here we go. 1991. Weird, the A button goes into a menu. Strange. Oh, you throw the head. Daffy Duck? Look at the face attack, that's great. This is the American version of an anime game from Japan. It was reskinned. So do they think, like, horror, monsters, that'll work better for the market? Interesting. Vinny, those eyes look like Robertson's. Oh my god. They do! Ocularsons. I can't unsee this now. Oh my god. Okay, lost my head. Game is very floaty, but pretty decent. The way it controls is pretty good. Compared to, again, I'm not comparing this to like Sonic or Mario necessarily, but just the other stuff I played tonight. It's very playable. I like this mascot. I kind of like him, and also the fact that there's eyeball Robertsons is kind of funny to me. I don't know. This is all right. I have to also I have to put myself in the mindset of if I had played the game when I was 6 or 7 or 8 or whenever the fuck the games came out, And would I have enjoyed it? And the answer is yes, I would have enjoyed this. There's an inventory system? Oh, what the hell? How is this useful? Touch Fuzzy, get dizzy. Yeah, new head acquired. You even got a flutter? Yo, is this Yoshi's Island? There's a flutter chump, too. Music is kind of banging. Ow. So while this mascot may have failed, it hasn't failed in my heart. Wow. It's morbid death music. Someone said this game is kind of crusty. It is. Make no mistake, there is crust. Chat, does anyone want, apple pie crumb cake? Like, crumb pie? Pie crumb? Because I have entirely too much of it. How about this? I'll ship out a slice to everyone that wants one. But I just have to divide them infinitesimally into the proper portions. So, and by the time you get yours, it might be a little dry. I'll vacuum seal it, or I'll just, like, I'll laminate it. I'll laminate the pie. That way you, it'll arrive in good shape. Ah, that was a bad place to put a duck. Ah. Yeah, just short levels. Pretty good, though. For me playing 2 levels of this game, I'm pretty, abdomen land. It's a lot of music. A lot of, different types of enemies, but it's a relatively simple platformer, and I like it. Got weird game mechanics like this. Dynamite Headdy. A game I know the name of. I know many of you know the name of this. I've never played this. So this is another head-throwing game, and it also is considered good. So, again, the mascot may have failed, but that doesn't mean the games are bad, necessarily. Now, many of you know I didn't grow up with a Genesis. I ended up just playing Genesis at my friend's house. And not very often. Did it say this game was made by Treasure, by the way? Did I pay close enough attention to that? Okay, Treasure is great. Treasure is fucking exactly what the name implies. When Gunstar Heroes came out on the Wii, Gunstar Heroes, I was obsessed with that game. Still haven't finished it, but Gunstar is amazing. Man, the visuals. So fucking good. Vinny, are you gonna play Doom Eternal? Yes? Hootie? Oh no, that's a cat. Oh my. I even consider playing Doom 3, because I've never finished that game. I guess this is how you start a fucking game. I have no idea what's going on. I've taken more damage than I can count. Yeah, as a mascot, here's what I'm getting. The mascot has a head that can be thrown. Vinny, how long until Bomberman can be considered a failed mascot?
Yes.
Jeez. No, Bomberman succeeded. Bomberman has had some rocky, you know, stuff in his history, but I'd say Bomberman succeeded. Had a lot of games. Some were good, some were pretty bad. Then there was Edge Bomberman, which was very, very disappointing. But oh, you can get different heads? Oh, wow. Awesome. Yeah, this is a treasure game, alright. A bomb head, kinda cool. Just takes a while to activate. Invisible head? And invincible. Yo! Yeah, this game's legit. How do I remove head? I need to remove head. Oh, hammerhead. Lots of different power-ups, lots of different types of enemies. Well, not really. I've only seen a couple. Just talking out my ass now, but... Cool, yeah, I think this would have been great. I would have loved this game as a kid. Vinny, what about Gex? Well, Gex had... We have to find a way to define Failed Mascot, because Earthworm Jim is in this list as well. The problem is this. Okay, so, again, I didn't make the list. This list was, you know, just, I guess, arbitrarily determined based on what I would imagine characters that didn't survive until today. Which, if we're being honest, most of the mascots from the early 90s did not survive. I think Earthworm Jim succeeded. I wouldn't call it a failed mascot. I would call it... Well, Earthworm Jim is next, actually. I loved Earthworm Jim. I'll be the first to admit that the game is great, but also it's got some problems. Both games. But I loved Earthworm Jim so much growing up. But Earthworm Jim had two good games, and Earthworm Jim 64, which is worth reading about. I've never played it, heard it was pretty hot garbo. Vinny, there's a new Earthworm Jim game coming out, but it's exclusive to ColecoVision's new upcoming console. I'm not making this up. Oh, okay. Enjoy the music for a second. I have to find an object within my home. Got it. Someone said Earthworm Jim is a bad game with a good first level. There are some bad levels in Earthworm Jim. That was one of the problems I had with it. The animations are great, the presentation's great, it's funny. I remember renting this game a lot. And having lots of problems with it. Not that I'm the litmus test of a good gamer. Especially 9-year-old me. I was a kid, I'm like, why do I have to launch this cow? But I played this on stream before. Not the full game, but I played enough of it. And I've corrupted it as well. So yeah, I don't know. I would call this a failed mascot. Same for, you know, even the previous game, Dynamite Headdy. You know, the game itself was excellent. Does that mean it was failed? Well, maybe there could be several categories. But I'll just show you the games anyway, and you can make up for yourself. You can make up your own mind on whether or not you think it was a failed mascot. Or maybe a mascot that succeeded for the time, but couldn't survive how, you know, how much the world fucking changed. But yeah, even now I'm struggling with this game a little bit. I'd say it prioritized... the gameplay's pretty good, but it also prioritized animation and style. Which is fine if the gameplay matches up, and it mostly does. It's just, you know, a little crusty. My go-to crust word. It's so useful. Mascots that didn't find widespread popularity at the time. That's a good way to put it. Now, if I really wanted to show you a failed mascot, I'd show you Earthworm Jim 64. It's like the difference between Super Mario and Super Mario 64. Two completely different people. Maybe we can do Failed Mascots Part 2 with PS1 and N64 games in the future. This is just 16-bit. This is just early 90s. Superman 64? Well, again, using my looks, there's a complex death animation again. Using my logic, then yes, Superman 64 is a separate entity to Superman. So, that was Earthworm Jim. Still good, I think. I think it's worth playing if you never have. Give it a shot. This is High Seas Havoc. I don't know what the fuck this is. Pirate-themed platformer. It's a, Kremling? Is that a golden Kremling? Is this the Final Fantasy Prelude? It's so similar. Okay, now it's not. Good music, even if it is a little similar to something else. Someone give Uematsu a call real quick. Alright, well that's a lot of story. Let's just play the game real quick and see what this is. High Seas Havoc. People are saying it's an Amy ripoff. What, from Sonic? Okay, so this is weird. You can only use your sword while you're in the air. Also, there's something very sinful happening. Vinny, it's a kick? Oh, okay. Character is fast, and you don't really see a lot of the screen. So you probably end up running into enemies a lot. But it's okay. I don't like the way this kick feels. It happens like a second, like a split second after you press the button. It's a bit sluggish. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so critical. Well, actually, yes I do. That's exactly what I mean to do. I'm trying to just analyze the games as best as I can and tell you how I feel about them. Again, not bad. I mean, some of these games I've played tonight were actually very, very playable, very good games. Just mascots that didn't work out for whatever reason. This one, it looks really great, is very Sonic the Hedgehog-esque in so many ways, yet this attack really annoys me. Every button jumps, by the way. There's only one button, and that's the jump button. So, you know how the Genesis had 3 buttons because they had to be different? Well, yeah, they had to go with an odd number of buttons. At first. Just for the time. Oh, cool. But yeah, it's extreme Sonic. They even took Amy from Sonic. I'm not crazy about this, but, it's okay. Vinny, a trend I'm starting to notice in these games is that the levels are unnecessarily huge. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna skip ahead alphabetically to Zool, because that is a game that I 100% agree with. The levels are way too big. Now, I've played this before. Only Zool. I liked this game. When I was young, I rented it probably... oh, dear lord, like twice. And I wondered why I was so bad at it. And then years later, I played it again. I was like, oh, this isn't that great, actually. But the levels are fucking huge. Also, yeah, this is the music for Zool. Yeah. Again, look how fast Zool is, and look how close to the edge of the screen Zool runs. I had half a second reaction time to not get hit by that candy. But yeah, level is massive, and all of the levels in Candyland look exactly the same. The only thing is, when you hit different worlds, like, you get different... I like the music. I still like the music, actually. You know, you get different things that are big, because Zool is so small, so you go to, like, you know, Music Land, and you like play on top of a keyboard at one point. I remember that, and like there's giant stereos. So it's kind of neat. But it suffers from the other stuff that I told you about from the other mascot games, which is just, you know, it's just too fucking... This one's really loose. Loose and fast. It's especially bad because I've been playing Mario Maker a lot lately, and Mario is still pretty much, for me, I'm biased, but, I mean, for good reason. Mario is still kind of like the gold standard for platformers for me. Unless we're going to, like, you know, Donkey Kong Country. Vinny, don't bias. We all have bias. The reason I like Mario, and still enjoy Mario, is Mario Maker just came out and is great. And when I was a kid, I had a Super Nintendo and a Nintendo, so of course I played Mario. I didn't have Sega, otherwise I would have played Sonic. Then I might have been biased towards Sonic. Vinny, you wouldn't be. Oh, okay. Would I even be the same person had I grew up with Sonic instead of Mario? What else would have been different about me? Jesus. Collect Zool coin. Vinesauce wouldn't be Mario themed? Yeah, like the shroom would have been... What would the shroom have been? I don't even know. A ring? Like a golden ring? Or a foot? An emerald, sure, an emerald. Yeah, Zool. Unfortunate, because, again, I liked this game when I was a kid, but playing it now is just... kind of a shame. But... really wide open levels. There's another game called Harley's Quest. I wonder if that's in the pack. No. It's not. I think it was called Harley's Quest. It was another small dude who threw nails. Harley's Quest game SNES. Harley's Humongous Adventure. And I've talked about this too. This was another game I liked when I was a kid. I rented it, and I liked it because it had this theme of, like, small things amidst large things. Anyway, Izzy's quest for the Olympic rings. This is bizarre. It's got official Olympic backing. The Ring Guardians of the... I just went too fast. Greek Village 1. Yeah, this is like the purest definition of failed mascot. I've never even heard of this. The fuck? It was a failed mascot in 2 mediums. What was the other medium? This is the mascot for the 1996 Olympics? Oh, that's unfortunate. Vinny, is Home Improvement on here? No, it's not. Tim Allen is not a failed mascot. He's a failed actor. Hey, listen. Listen, that was an easy joke to make, but the truth is, Galaxy Quest? One of my favorite movies of all time. And Tim Allen did a great job in that. And he was in Toy Story. Still is, too. So he's got plenty of career, you know. Don't worry about him, he's doing just fine. but he was not a video game mascot, aside from having a tie-in with his TV show, which is such a fucking weird game. I hate this game. Let me just straight up tell you, I loathe this game. From the visuals, to the confusing, weird, smelly eggs, to the mascot himself looking more like a booger than Boogerman. Oh man, what were they thinking? Sorry. What were they thinking?! Okay, I can't make that jump clearly, so I'm going to stop. I would like to download a quick video. I'm not going to play Harley's Humongous Adventure, but I'll download like a... quick video of it so you can just see what it looks like. Never more appropriate than now. Okay, so this is the Harley game. I'd call this a failed mascot because it didn't go beyond one game as far as I'm aware. And it's an ugly game. Make no mistake, it is a very ugly game. But yeah, you collect nails and you shoot them. And the jump animation is so good. Just arms stretched completely out. More, stanky bass. You got the pre-Roblox oof. Every jump is an existential crisis. I agree with that. Who is this supposed to appeal to? I guess... I don't know. I liked it. I rented it once or twice. No, I think it was maybe just that one time now that I think about it. I'm just not sure. Who does it appeal to? People that like small objects, like toys, and nails. You get nails and you get, like, staples and stuff, and you can throw them. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids fans? Sure. So yeah, this is absolutely beans, and I would consider this a failed mascot for sure. Weirdly enough, this video that I just downloaded to show you for this ends in 3 minutes and 30 seconds, which I'm assuming the person who played this just gave up. The same way I would, but instead of it being in like a segment of other games, it's just one YouTube video. It's just its own self-contained YouTube video for 3 minutes and 30 seconds, no commentary, death, and then that's the it. That is the end. That is the it. No more. So, they had as much as they could take. James Pond. Yay again. What the fuck? Isn't James Pond like scum? Like pond scum? Or is he a frog? Also, we just saw some Frogbertsons. Fuck. I'm a fish? Ribbitsons? Oh, thank you. This is supposed to appeal to fans of both James Bond and Fish. This is much more arcadey than it is a platformer. It's a little bit of both, but... Yo, what the fuck? Oh, we swim very fast. Collect the oil. Wait, that is the James Bond theme. I mean, it's not, but I mean, it's got the same, it's got that, like, that chord vamp. Da, 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 da. Not enough of it to copyright. No. The Broccoli family could probably raise a bit of a stink if they wanted to. Yeah, I remember seeing this in I remember seeing this game listed in the Funkoland paper. There was like this, what was it? What would you even call it? It was like a price guide on how much you could get for trading games in and how much you could pay to get the game at Funkoland. Yeah, it was the Funkoland catalog. And I remember seeing James Pond on it. I was like, wait a minute, that's James Bond? Did they misspell it? They would actually charge you to trade this in? That would not be much of a stretch for me, my friend. You could tell me that, I would believe it. It's James Pond, let's move on. Lester the Unlikely? Okay, now listen, I've streamed this game, I've corrupted it. I hate this game. This game straight up is fucking torture. I'm sure you've seen the AVGN episode, I'm sure you've seen this or heard of it. If you haven't, just look at it for a couple minutes. Oh, listen. Like that music? Bop, bop, bop. So he falls asleep. The boat crashes. And then Lester swims to shore.
Where am I? Why are my arms so tired? The last thing I can remember is the ship. Pirates, oh no. My comic is a soggy mess. I want to go home. I'd better find somebody to help me get off this island.
So, the animations are what took priority over the gameplay. It's a really, really awkward, slow, bad game. And Lester is not only unlikely, but completely unlikable. And then he air humps every now and then. He's supposed to be, that was supposed to be fear, because he's afraid of heights. So every now and then, control is taken away from you, the player, because Lester has to do something stupid. That's the run animation, by the way. And you take fall damage, and then Lester runs away from crabs. Yes, you can kick them. Again, running away without me doing that. The character does that on his own. You can kick a fucking turtle in the face. I hate this game. But this game is really just... You want to talk about not only failed mascots, he's dead. Just a failure on all levels is Lester the Unlikely. Oh my god. Okay, there's a couple more here. There's actually quite a few more, so we may have to do a part 2 of this. Oh god, this is bad. There's a couple I have to play at least now. So this is the Misadventures of Flink. Okay, I mean, it's not the worst looking game. It's got a weird color palette, but... cool looking clouds. Good. Oh. Oh, how about that? The notes for this game says, you will likely game over within the first 5 seconds of this game. Did anyone play this game to try to see if it was fun? Oh, man. Oh. Get up there. Like, the thing I get from the treasure chest just goes away? I mean, okay. It's one of those platformers where you even touch an enemy and you take damage, even if they're not attacking. Oh, the music! The music! It sucks shit! It's so loud and in your face. The progression is weird. Oh boy. Oh, we got like dinosaur turtles now. Okay, cool. I've got magic. I'm ready to use it. I have no magic. Wait, I can create one. I think I get it. You gotta collect ingredients, and then you can make a spell. It's a cool idea. Oh no. Oh no, please, no more of the music, please. No more. This fucking music! What? That leaf. Please. You know, there's a rock down here. Can I interact with the rock? Oh, no, not this part of the song again. Please. It's maddening. It's fucking maddening. Man, what a shame. Oh no. Mr. Nutz. Oh, it's a squirrel. Oh, that makes sense, because, yeah. Okay. I don't know what I was expecting. I thought I was, like, gonna get, like, a planter's peanut. Woody Land. Journey 1. Does this squirrel curse and drink alcohol? Is that a blue meanie from the fucking Beatles' Yellow Submarine movie? Stomping on some nuts. Yes. I can feel it in my plums. That is a blue meanie. And no one can tell me otherwise. That is a fucking blue meanie. The run button is the Y button, which, well, for me, that's the top button. And the jump button is the bottom button, which is awful. That is an awful combination, and this is SNES accurate. Why would they do this? That's not how you do a run and jump button in a platformer. I guess I've gotten, like, kind of sick of analyzing these games, so I haven't done that yet, but I'll just say it's fine. It is a perfectly serviceable, generic, bland platformer that at least you're not going to run into an enemy at Mach 10. You know, you'll actually be able to, like, see where the enemies are and attack them appropriately, which is appreciated. Visuals are pretty nice. It's just kind of bland, but it's not bad. It doesn't have that horrendous music from the previous game, so that's plus, like, 2 or 3 points at least.
As you know, the fisheye is worth at least 15 points.
Normy's Beachbabe-O-Rama is the next one. This is a Genesis game. I'll be honest, when I read this very quickly, I thought it was Normandy Beachbabe-O-Rama, and I thought it was going to be World War II Normandy invasion with babes. And I was real fucking curious for a second. Already, everything within me says, turn back. So this is what they meant when they said that Nintendo Genesis Genesis and then doesn't do what Nintendo. Bonk. Goddesses of the beach kidnapped. Entire beach mourns. Hero needed. This means you, Normie. There's so many things to unpack here. Oh, this is... Yep. Okay. Well, hey, it's Sega, so we gotta have a go fast button. This is like the opposite of Lester the Unlikely, where they made Lester the Unlikely slow and miserable and unlikable and nerdy and boring, this dude is supposed to be super, super cool, and he's super fast, and he rescues babes, and he's like super chill. But it's... both games are terrible in their own different ways. That musical cue that... is that supposed to be a play on 2001: A Space Odyssey? Da 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 da. Wow, this is good. No, that's good. Cool hitboxes there. Good. Sehr gut. At the very least, I'm happy this isn't, like, sexy babes on Normandy Beach while the Allies are invading. At the very least, it's not that. I'm really, really trying to play this game. I'm giving it my best shot. Why don't I have my punching glove? It's gone. My punch. I skipped it? Oh, okay. This is as far as I've ever made it. I hate this game. I loathe this game. Jump, dude. Alright, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. If I do a part 2, I'll try to add a couple more to the list as well. Maybe we can go, check out some N64 ones as well. I don't know. But I would like to get to the yo-yo games. And then after that, we can do, an hour of Neverhood. And then whatever I don't finish with Neverhood, I will be sure to stream the rest of it during the week. So this is Oscar, and apparently this is the most blatant Sonic ripoff of all time. Oh, Oscar, I get it. It's a film-themed game. What? Fuck. Are you... you joshing me? You gotta be kidding me! I don't know what the... what? Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
I'm utterly confused by this game. I want to say that this is not as blatant a Sonic ripoff in particular as I thought it would be. It's pretty... oof. It's pretty... not Sonic. It's got level design stuff that resembles Sonic, but it's kind of its own shitty thing. That sounded like baby noises. The bridge breaking was just babies. I'm impressed by the bold decision to make the sound effects twice as loud as the rest of the game. That's Yeah, sound effects and voices. That's cool. What? Whoa, 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 where the fuck did it start me? Whoa, 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 call the cops! What a checkpoint. What a checkpoint. Take 69, huh? This is another platformer where the only button you have is jump. Good. I, for one, am happy that we got a game over. Excuse me. I, for one, am very pleased with that game over. Are you? Wow. Those were failed mascots. Some were very failed. Some were a little bit less failed. I guess overall, I would say that there were more good games in there than bad ones. At least good to... Well, that's not true. I'd say there was more mediocre games in there than good or bad. Some measure of quality and some really confusing, horrendous games. There's going to be more. I still have like another 12, and I'll try to get those paired up with some more mascots, maybe from later systems, for Failed Mascots Part 2. All right. We will take a quick break now, and I'll be back with these weird yo-yo game things. I'll explain it when I get back. So thank you so far for stopping by, and enjoy David Byrne.